Hey trainers, Poke Dad here, along with the Dancing Bear at first base.
KK Shiv 128?
Great Sableye in his habitat.
Maybe.
Today on Pokemon Deck Check, continuing on with our expanded look, getting you ready for Anaheim Regional, but real quick, shout out to
Ink Gaming, your answer to all your customizable tabletop gaming needs.
Did they are. Check out the link in the description. Dancing Bear, Sableye.
Yeah.
Near and dear to your heart. Everyone loves him, everyone hates him, but here we go.
For Sableye, 3 Trib,
With garbage collection,
2
Yep.
Garbodor, 1 Garbodor Trash Lanch, 2 Shebe, 1 Tapu Lele, 1 Draft Dude.
one Garafarig. Alright, Confuse Ray 10. It could be useful if you're item locked against Toad, right?
I think that's pretty much the only time you use the attack against Toad.
To try to break the item lock, and it works, right?
It does.
Landed you a top 4, right? In regional?
Yeah.
So, there you go. Definitely garbage collection. Anti-mill card. So, super good. I mean, along with Sableye's Super Rod.
And the energy, where you can just get an energy from the discard pile, put it into your hand, or shuffle in 3. That also.
Rescue cycle system. Is that what it called? Energy
recycler system.
Yep. Along with Super Rod, along with Rescue Stretcher. Definitely anti-mill here. You're not going to be losing to Wailords or possibly Sylveon Control. Sylveon Control has to take knockouts to beat Sableye. They're not going to be able to mill you out as long as you have garbage collection, as long as they don't fab away your Super Rod or your energy recycle system or your rescue stretcher. That could be a strategy the Sylveon or the Wailord decks implore with a Garafrig of their own. So
I think the only way they win is the unknown.
But see, you have the red cards. So in that case, you have the red card, peeking red card, or regular red card, right?
I think it's just peeking red card.
Okay.
But you still have in.
Yeah, and you can constantly VS Seeker the in. So they would have to be very selective with their Garafrig on either taking out the in, the VS Seekers themselves, Super Rod, Rescue Stretcher, Energy Recycle System, and stuff like that. So there's ways for Mill to win, but it's going to be a lot tougher for them to win than you to put the hurt on them, right?
It's going to be a long game.
So, and if you do get into an overtime situation where you need to take an early prize, Trash Lance could be your answer there, right?
That's why he's in there.
Yeah, he can take you some knockouts, especially in a, like I said, tie-break system or, something like that where you first prize wins. So, it's good to have at least one, Or there might be a Buzzwall and you can take 2 easy prizes or something. You do have the Life Dew to eliminate their prizes, and, that could be another target for Garafrig to remove your Life Dew, so.
Unless you have it attached to something.
I think this card is really threatening to Sableye.
Yeah.
I see a lot of decks teching this in, but I don't see it being a problem in, say, like Zoroark decks that just tech one of them in. I don't see it as a problem, or any other decks other than maybe the mill decks or the control decks, right?
Yeah.
So, looks good. Shut off the Zoroark, Floatstone. So,
and then Shaman
that's
and
always
Melee
good
for draw.
Yep. Pretty standard, I feel like, other than the draft. I think the draft is a very nice addition. Remove those DCEs. We'll get into matchups at the end. We have tested this deck quite extensively.
4 VS Seeker, 4 Ultra Ball, 3 Trainer's Mail, 3 Float Stones.
Lots of items.
2 Crushing Hammer, 2 Trick Shovel, 2 Counter Catcher, 1 Rescue. Oh gosh.
The Dancing Bear.
One Rescue Stretcher can go there. Life Dew.
You're good. You can go up all on that
One
side.
energy recycler system. One enhanced hammer. One peaking red card. One battle compressor. There we go.
Lots and lots of items. This deck is susceptible to Toad Lock. That's why you have the Confuse Ray. And that's why we play some other interesting supporters. And we can get access to them fairly quickly with the Battle Compressor / VS Seeker combo. It's nice to have the Counter Catcher to pull up a slug into the active and slow them down that way. Crushing Hammers, obviously. One enhanced hammer because of the other supporter. There's a less emphasis on enhanced hammer versus the crushing hammer. So we're not as crippled if that gets prized versus if these get prized, right?
Yeah.
So Transmail just to help dig for any the items. Our key cards, the Rescue Stretcher and the Energy Recycle. We do not have Super Rod in this version. We went to shore up other matches instead of shoring up the Sylveon and Wailord, right?
Yes.
We feel like we're going to see more of other matchups than the Sylveon Wailord variants. So
Strong combo is Sableye, just junk hunt for these two. And whenever they knock out Sableye, get it right back.
Pretty good. I like that. Dancing Bear is not a rookie to this deck, right?
New.
So keep that in mind. This list is dialed in, would you say?
Yeah. Those bring up a slug, take one less prize, put Garbodor Lock, mill them out
Or
towards endgame.
Or leave dead cards on top.
Battle Compressor, discard things that you don't need.
Excellent.
Hot Tech.
Yep. Excellent against the possible unknown techs. To get 35 cards in hand from the Wailord stall decks. Nice little peeking red card. It would be nice to have a regular red card, right?
Yeah, but I think the matchup you can still win just by playing the ends and stuff.
So, yep. Unless they're playing Gareth Rig, you can just constantly just cycle your ends.
We do prefer the peeking red card over the regular red card because you can pull off a combo with Team Skull Grunt, and if they're trying to keep their energies in your hand, then you can peeking red card, and if they're like storing DCEs, hit them with the Team Skull Grunt, bop them off, get them out of there.
Absolutely. A lot of cool stuff. This is a very, very high skill cap deck. If you pick it up and try to play, you are going to be frustrated. Know that. It takes a lot of practice.
Yeah. Supporters for Sycamore, 2 N, 1 Faba, 1 Team Flare Grunt, 1 Team Skull Grunt, 1 Gladion, and 1 Guzma.
Definitely looking to go aggressive on your first turn with Sycamore. After that, you're going to be looking to N, Faba, Flare Grunt, Guzma, or like the Dancing Bear said, pull off a combo. Gladion, very important in case your Faba's prized or your Flare Grunt.
Or Life Dew.
So, very, very solid here. Like I said, you want to go aggressive, and then from there you basically play. Lots of one-ups because the Battle Compressor combo is just awesome.
And the Unlimited VS Seeker.
Yep, so 100% again, 100% dialed in. Tested and proven.
Then for the stadiums, 1 Parallel and 1 Dirt Black Market.
Now this isn't a legal card before y'all start blowing up the chat or the things. We've been testing and playing around with it, and we do like it a lot. It's the Dark Stadium that eliminates prizes. So if you're not, obviously if you're thinking about playing this, then you would play a second Parallel, right?
Mm-hmm.
So don't get bent out of shape. We know it's not legal. You can just play that as your second Parallel, right?
Yeah, we're Dallas testing.
So, yep. That's the main key is we are testing for Dallas, not really Anaheim, but we are throwing in Anaheim decks just for you guys and gals, so that we can be 100% accurate.
And for energy, 4 of the unit energy.
Blend.
Oh, and 3 dark.
Yep. So
I thought they were just all called unit energy.
that's perfect count, right? I mean,
yeah, 7.
I've seen lists that play 6. I've seen lists that play. Well, you used to play 8, but you always felt like you could go down 1, right?
I didn't always play 8. Most of the decks were just running that right there, just 6 dark. And when I played, I thought, well, I'm gonna need the energy, and I don't want to miss it, and you can use a lot of stuff. So I just played this 7, and we didn't have the blend energy or the trash lance, so it was just 7 dark energy.
Yeah.
And at that time, it was quite different.
It was because you played like Bunnelby, stuff like that. You didn't have the trash lance. You still played Garbodor, but you also played Bunnelby.
It was like heavy shaming.
So that's the list. Matchup wise, I can tell you of the big 2, you definitely can beat Zorotoad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if they're just playing 4 DCE, eventually you're going to run them out of their DCEs before they take enough prizes, right?
That, and you can use the Confuse Ray, so then they're not doing damage, they're not doing item lock, and if they're not doing that, then they're just not going to be doing too well. And especially if you already have the Confuse Ray and you just keep on chunk hunt, and they can't deal with that, then that's so many items that you can play down.
If you are worried about that matchup, then I would extra short up by taking out possibly the Enhanced Hammer or the Battle Compressor for Pokemon Ranger.
That or another Fava.
So, yeah, or a second Faba would definitely shore that up too. That actually might be a better option. So, this is winnable. I think we played a lot, and I only beat you a couple times, right? And the rest of the time, you just blew me out of the water. So, very, very winnable. I'd say that, 70%? 70-30?
Yeah.
75-25?
It's winnable.
Then, Trev. Trev is a bit of a struggle, right?
Yeah, that is.
Trev is... I think you've taken a hard L to Trev.
You can't Confuse Ray to hopefully get out of the lock. And that's just not Wayno.
Buzzwole Lycanroc is a little iffy if they don't play the matchup correctly. If they start putting down Beast Energy and Strong Energies and you're removing them, this, that, and another, and you stay out of Beast Ring range, they have no way to accelerate, you hit your Crushing Hammers, they could be in trouble. So
stay out of Beast Ring range.
It's still a tough matchup because they can one-shot the Sableyes.
It doesn't have weakness.
But you can easily pull up slugs, like Diancie with the heavy retreat cost. Even Lycanroc could be a pretty nice slug to get in the active. So,
yeah.
Something to think about there. It's just, I think that's more skill-based on who knows the matchup better, right?
I do believe so.
Now, the other matchup. Zoroark Giratina, the Giratina that comes from the discard pile onto the bench. This comes down to who goes first. We played, 8 games? I won 4, you won 4. And it all depended on who went first. If I went first with Zoroark Giratina, I would win. If you went first, you would win. The list, and if you had that, the Zoroark Giratina player has to be very, very smart with their DCEs. And it was a matter of, like the Dancing Bear said, avoiding the picking red card / Team Skullgrunt combo. If you can dodge that, then you're definitely okay. Because there was times where he thought I was stockpiling DCEs because I wasn't putting any energy down. But reality is I was just waiting until I had a certain card to like a Guzma, I think, to get up a Lele or something, or a Shaman to take 2 prizes. So, that's it. Yeah, we already talked about Mill and talked about 2 Zorak variants and
Toad, Trevenant, Buzzwole.
Blazefawn could be a tough matchup because they'll run the Blacksmith engine. So you may have to use the draft to remove the Blacksmiths or the VS Seekers.
The Blacksmith. You want to remove the VS Seekers.
So remove Blacksmith, and that definitely slows them down. So
remove their fires from the discard pile.
Yep, so the draft could be definitely useful. And you can attach Life Dew to it, and then just keep redoing that. You know? Mm-hmm. That sucked for them.
Yeah, I mean...
Just keep redoing Life Dew, and then the...
When you think about it, 8 giraffe attacks.
Yeah.
That's all their energy.
So, definitely good stuff. Sableye, we like where it's positioned. I think if Zorak Toad is going to be super popular, then it's definitely a hard counter to that. If Trevenant's going to be more popular, which sadly it's looking like it is going to be more popular due to the fact that Rescue Scarf is completely sold out everywhere, then I would stay away from Sableye, right?
Yeah.
So, that's where we're at with it. So, hopefully you enjoyed and be excellent to each other.
And party on, dudes.